Hey guys, it's your brother in Christ, Weston. Thanks for joining me today. So today's article comes out of End Times Headlines. Let's get into it. Okay, so there's so many things to talk about, but I'm going to pick them off one by one. And today we're going to be following back up on the Epstein documents about Pam Bondi. So let's just read. It says Bondi claims she was misled on the Epstein documents. The Attorney General was misled. I don't know what's going on, but that title for an AG is massive because it talks about what is happening in the US about a serial criminal, disgusting person in Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Or yeah, Maxwell, Ghislaine, yeah, Maxwell, I think is what it is. Um, and the conversation around that. So let's read. It says here, it says Attorney General Pam Bondi made headlines when she publicly stated that she has been misled about the extent of the documents related to the investigations into Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender who died by suicide. No, he didn't. And while awaiting a trial on sex trafficking charges, which I think was supposed to be like the next day. WBTW News reports Bondi initially believed she had received all relevant files, only to discover later that critical information had been withheld. Bondi's comments came after she released 100 pages of Epstein-related material, including flight logs, contact lists, on Thursday, a move that drew sharp criticism from the perceived inadequacy, which it deserves, because somebody's withholding. Speaking to Fox News, Mark Levin over the weekend, Bondi expressed her frustration, saying, I kept saying there has to be more, there has to be more. I was assured that it is. She explained that a whistleblower later informed her that the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York was holding on to thousands of pages of documents that had not been shared with her office. This revelation has reignited public and political scrutiny over handling the Epstein case and the transparency of the justice system. Do you understand how deep that goes? The justice system for a criminal sex trafficker. Like, how many hands are in the cookie jar kind of situation? That's bad. Like, that's bad. The people we think that might be good could be really bad. Um, the WBTW article highlighted Bondi's subsequent demand for additional information from FBI, signaling her to intent to pursue the missing documents. Her statement fueled speculation about what might be contained in the unreleased files and why they were not provided earlier. Epstein, known for his connections for high-profile figures across entertainment, politics, and royalty, remember Prince Andrew, remains a polarizing figure whose case continues to raise questions about the accountability and the privilege. The timing of Bondi's disclosure has drawn attention from lawmakers. Republican Anna Paulina Luna of Florida, who leads a bipartisan House panel tasked with reviewing classified documents, including those tied to Epstein case, took to social media to express her dismay over the limited release. I think I reviewed that the other day as well. According to Hill, Luna's frustration echoed a broader sentiment that the document dump was insufficient. Yes, I reviewed that, leaving many to wonder whether the full scope of Epstein's activities and associations will ever come to light. That's insane. And guess what? You're trying to bury that as well. So if you're trying to bury that, here's just my big brain conspiracy theory here, is that you try to trigger something equally significant, if not greater, to undermine that, to get it to not come out. Maybe, people that are involved as well want to start a WAR3, maybe, or some kind of iris or some kind of false flag kind of situation. So there you go. It's just my thought. Um, it says, as reflected in posts on X, public reaction has been a mix of skepticism and outrage. Some users pointed to the past instances where Epstein-related documents appeared heavily redacted and they should have never been this way or were removed from public access, such as one user claims of seeing redacted files from the FBI website in 2023, only for them to be deleted by August 2024. Others demanded greater transparency with calls to release the list, suggesting distrust in the official narrative surrounding the case, which we can clearly say. Remember, we found that there were 7 people in the cell touching the body. So how many people, like, who is officially supposed to be there? Who's officially supposed to be leading the case? The chain of custody, who, like, literally, we do this in IT. And so it makes sense. You can see fingerprints. We can find the fingerprints of what things were documented, what things were changed, times and dates, which is even better. So it's like, when you're dealing with a body, I'm sure there's going to be pieces of things you can manipulate that are maybe easier in some sense because humans are humans and we are wicked to our core and into our wicked hearts of doing something to cover up our mess and whatever, and who's being paid to do something. Like, it's a movie, bro. um Bondi's assertions that she was misled adds a new layer, as now it remains unclear whether the additional documents seeks to be released will they be released, or they may reveal Epstein's network and investigation that followed his death. You don't want to, obviously, somebody's pulling the strings. With pressure mounting from public and elected officials, the AG's next steps could prove pivotal in addressing longstanding questions about justice and secrecy in one of the most high-profile cases in the past decade. I'm just going to leave y'all with that because there's a lot to dig in there, and the corruption and the things that are being around this area and the people that are involved. Remember, entertainment, politics, and loyalty. Government systems. What if it's people in some kind of the highest of courts, the highest of officials and positions, which we already know, and things that are even that are in other places, in private sectors and public sectors, and people we think are good but they're really not. It is wild. And we also have World War III about to happen. So I wonder who's, if something's being stirred up in the pot there as well. Like, could the two be connected? In my mind, just trying to cover up something to undermine it with something great, just as equal, if not greater, to get the attention to deflect. It sounds like the best thing to do if it were me, because I would be doing that. I'd be deflecting for sure to make sure that it's not being seen and not coming to light. Whatever I can do. That's what it sounds like, and it sounds terrible. So, anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.